हाँ कर रहा हूँ।
डॉक्टर मनीष,
हाँ जी डॉक्टर साहब।
स्टार्ट कर ले।
हाँ आई थिंक सर।
सर सर ज्वाइन करे तो अच्छा था।
सर ज्वाइन कर लिया तो स्टार्ट करते हैं।
हाँ।
सकते हैं, उससे स्टेटमेंट नहीं चला सकते।
हम्म। मनीष
हाँ
मनीष
सर।
चिकप्पा सर ने शायद ज्वाइन कर लिया जाए तो चिकप्पा सर से करा दें।
हाँ हाँ स्टार्ट करिए।
हाँ
बोल
मैं सर
दीजिए।
को मैं बोला है कि ज्वाइन
हाँ
करना।
5 टेक क्लोज कर दे।
నేను మ్యూట్ చేస్తానండి.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, good evening. Sir, let's wait for 1 2 minutes. Okay, our first speaker is joining, and both the speaker will little this one. They asked for some 10 15 minutes, sir. That's why we are little late to this, sir. So the first speaker is joining, sir. He just messaged me. Uh, hmm. But sir, if you have joined, then please let me know so that we can start.
हाय डॉक्टर रोमन, गुड आफ्टरनून।
गुड आफ्टरनून सर, कैसे हो सर?
मैं ठीक हूँ भाई, आप बताओ।
सर तो हम थोड़ा जल्दी शुरू करना था आज, मगर हम पुरानी टाइम पे आ गए। फिर हम आधे घंटे शुरू करने के लिए कोशिश कर रहे थे सर।
अच्छा 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 अच्छा।
आज
चलो कोई
सिकप्पा
नहीं,
सर का है।
लेट डॉक्टर चिकप्पा ज्वाइन।
Both this one, both the speaker requested for some time, so yeah, some.
चलिए कोई नहीं। आज 96 पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं, सबसे ज्यादा।
96 participants, sir. Today is the last day of the of this training program, sir.
वैलेडिक्ट्री, हाँ।
Yes, sir.
और बताओ, बाकी सब ठीक है?
बाकी सब ठीक है सर। बाकी सब ठीक है सर, आप बताओ सर।
बस यार, चल रहा है हमारा भी।
तो सर आप हमारा लास्ट में ट्रेनिंग में फीडबैक दे देना कि हाउ वाज इट एंड व्हाट योर एक्सपीरियंस सर।
ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं। अभी तो मैं आई मीन ट्रैवल, तो तब तक 1 घंटे में, मान लो 1 सवा 1 घंटे में घर पहुंच जाऊंगा मैं।
ठीक है। आई थिंक चिकप्पा सर ज्वाइन। सर आप अपना स्लाइड शेयर करके सर एक बार चेक कर लेते हैं सर, चिकप्पा सर। सर योर वॉइस इज
Roman,
म्यूट
am I
सर।
audible?
हाँ सर। यस
Shall I share now?
सर,
Hello?
वेरी मच सर।
Share. Is it
यस
visible?
सर। यस सर।
Okay.
यस सर। यस सर। यस इज शेयरिंग सर।
Okay. Uh,
एसएल सर, एसएल सर, सर आप एक मिनट सर। तो मैं शुरू कर देता हूँ आपको। So we are a little behind for in the last day of our 21 days training program. So we will move forward. So it's my pleasure to introduce our first distinguished speaker, Dr. Sikappa. He's a principal scientist and he's currently posted at Resident Maize Research and Seed Production Center, which is at Begusarai, and which is one of our resident centers. So Sikappa sir is known for his expertise in specialty corn breeding, hybrid developments, and germplasm related germplasm related activities in at ICAR-Indian. So his research mainly focused on developing sweet corn, baby corn, popcorn, and other specialty maize varieties, and which can be different sectors for farmers' incomes and meet emerging market demands. So he will be delivering a lecture on specialty corn as a whole. Sir will be covering all aspects of specialty corn. So with this introduction, I warmly invite the professor to deliver his expert lecture. Sir, the floor is yours.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Roman. Roman, could you tell me the audience there?
So the audience are from across the value chain, sir. Some from even distilleries unit, from researcher, from student, seed production भी है sir, line department से भी है sir. So mostly sir academician भी बहुत है sir. इसमें
Okay.
farmer as such तो नहीं है,
Okay.
मगर academicians, seed production across the value chain sir. Even the line department से भी है sir.
Okay. Thank you, Roman, for giving me the brief overview of the audio about the audience, and I welcome all the participants for this presentation on specialty corn. Okay, how it is to. Okay. If you can look into the specialty corn, it covers broadly 3 types of maize. One is sweet corn, another one is baby corn, and third one is popcorn. And I hope everyone might have already tasted these 3 different types of sweet corn, popcorn, and three types of specialty corn in different cities. Even these 3 types of specialty corns are popular, even Tier 2 as well as Tier 3 cities. My slides are moving, Raman?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. If you look into the specialty corn, generally the question comes, what are these specialty corns? Because when we define the specialty corn, any corn which is used has a specific use is called the specialty corn. Specific use in the sense, for example, if you look into the grain corn, it has multiple purpose. It is used as a food processing, several food processing products, feed as well as fuel. All 3 types of uses are there in the grain corn. Whereas in specialty corn, generally what happens, this is used for a particular specific end use. For example, sweet corn as well as baby corn, both have been considered as a vegetables. Whereas popcorn is considered as a nutritious snack food. And if you call the specialty corn, they are called specialty corn because of the specific properties. Those specific properties are determined by the underlying genes which they carry. For example, sweet corn, there are 2-3 genes are there like SU1, SE1, sugary enhancer, as well as shrinker. These are the 3 genes which actually responsible for the sweetness in the sweet corn. Whereas in case of baby corn, even though there are no specific genes have been identified for baby corn, but baby corn do possess specific traits. For example, yellowish cream color and also the mouth feel. In addition to that, it also carries several micronutrients which are rich, and also that attractiveness and also the uniformity. All these traits together determine baby corn. Whereas in case of popcorn, the one typical property of the popcorn is that whenever the corn grain is got heated, exposed to 180 degrees Celsius, the sudden popping will lead to expansion, either in 2 different forms, either butterfly or in case of mushroom. These 2 different types of forms will form the popcorn. Generally, all corn grains do pop, but whereas in case of popcorn, almost 100% of the grains get popped. Whereas in other types of corn, hardly 10 or 15% kernels will get popped, and also popping volume, and also the flavor and taste. All these different traits determine the quality of the popcorn. If you look into the how we define these three different types of specialty corn, in the sense that, for example, baby corn, the name itself indicates baby. Baby means it is the any corn ear which is harvested at the very early stage. That is called the baby corn. Early stage in the sense, generally the silk should not be more than 3 to 4 centimeter long, and it is generally assumed that it should be unfertilized. The moment pollen grain falls on the silk, the grain development process will start, and as the grain development process starts, it starts losing its quality. Quality in the sense the fiber content get increases. When the fiber content get increases, then lignin, lignocellulose, all these things. Because when you look into this picture indicates that it is actually a white gully which is left over after removing the grains. But this left gully, white gully, when it is been harvested before the seed setting, before the initiation of seed development, it is called the baby corn. It is actually a white gully, that is the entirely a maize stalk, that is auxiliary stalk, which is used as a vegetable because of its nutritional, because it is high in phosphorus and many micronutrients like vitamin A, B complex and other things. That's why it is being used as a vegetable. Similarly, for sweet corn, that is a green stage. When the maize ear was harvested at maybe after 18 to 22 days after grain formation, then it is having the highest sugar percentage. At that time, it will be highest. If you harvest before 18 days or maybe after 22 days, the sugar level will go continuously, drastically decreases. At 18 to 22 days means depending upon the temperature. If suppose the local climate temperature is relatively low, then it take maybe 20 to 23 days to reach the highest sugar content. Whereas if the relative temperature, outside temperature is relatively higher, then it may come that the highest sugar level may reach even 18 days. So depending upon that, it will be because in order to understand what is the highest sugar percentage, maybe after 16-17 days, every day you can go and check the sweet corn grains by just pinching the fingernail, and if it reaches the duff stage, that is the right stage, and also you can taste it. You can take out one grain and taste it. The moment it reaches the highest sweetness, that is the right stage for the harvesting of the sweet corn. Whereas in case of popcorn, it is similar to that of normal any grain corn. However, it will be harvested after complete maturity. But after maturity, one thing is important in case of popcorn is that we have to take care of the post-harvest operations. It has to be handled very carefully, because if there are any cracks appear in the grains, then the popping will not be proper. Further, there will be a possibility for fungal infection. That's why the quality control is the most important in case of popcorn after harvesting. And moreover, we generally say that recommend that popcorn needs to be cultivated during Rabi season, because all the popcorn is used for human consumption. Maize is highly sensitive for the aflatoxin content, because after harvest, just before harvesting, if there were rains, or even during harvesting, if there is rains, after harvesting, if it get exposed to high moisture, that fungus, due to fungal contamination, the aflatoxin development will lead, which is actually anti-cancer, actually carcinogenic properties. That is why the quality maintenance is most important. That's why the popcorn we generally recommend to cultivate during Rabi season, where the rainfall pattern and rain occurrence is very less. Then the third question comes, why we have to go for specialty corn cultivation? Because when we talk about the sweet corn and baby corn, both have been considered as vegetables, because it ensures the income generation in a very short span of time. Because if we look into the baby corn, the whole life cycle of the baby corn completes maybe around 60 to 70 days, depending upon the duration of the hybrids. Whereas in case of sweet corn, the whole duration the crop cycle will complete between 80 to 90 days at the most. So, and moreover, after harvesting, the leftover, the byproducts like stalk, even the husk, ear husk, and also removal of the after chilka, what we can say that after removal of the baby corn, whatever chilka remains, even in case of sweet corn, that all being used as a green fodder for the livestock. It acts as the byproducts, act as a support for the livestock promotion. or it ensures there is no additional land required for the maintenance of the livestock if you go for the sweet corn and baby corn. And moreover, it also promotes the processing industries in the local processing industries, and it also generates employment to the all family members, even whether it is the elder or adult or even younger, depending upon the activities, all can be involved in the different processing. For example, like removal of the chelka or the husk from sweet corn and baby corn can be done by the elderly peoples, whereas marketing can be done by the adult peoples or the young ones who can go and market the product. That's how it is. Since it will ensure the livelihood security and also provide employment, it also gives the support for the livestock industry and also food processing industries. This specialty corn cultivation has becoming one of the most attractive agricultural activity. And suppose if you look into the specialty corn, all three types of specialty corn, the second question comes, how it is different with respect to cultivation than the normal field corn. Of course, the cultivation of all the three types of corn slightly differ from the normal grain cultivation, because as I told in the beginning, that sweet corn is determined by the 2 to 3 genes, important genes, and they are recessive. And in case of baby corn also, I clearly mentioned that it is the fertilized year. Means before pollination, it has to be harvested. Suppose if you allow it to, if you cultivate the specialty corn cultivars side by side with any field corn cultivars, then the pollen contamination actually spoil the quality parameters of all these specialty corns. That's why the isolation distance is the most important with respect to all three types of specialty corn. So the seed production isolation distance, whatever we maintain, like 400 meter, accordingly we have to maintain minimum 400 meter isolation distance between the specialty corn. Suppose if adjacently even another specialty corn is growing, then it's not a problem. But other than any specialty corn, this should not be, it should not be similar as a specialty corn. For example, if sweet corn is being grown, similarly on the side you can also grow sweet corn, but not the popcorn or the baby corn. Suppose if you are growing baby corn side by side, you should not grow sweet corn, because sweet corn requires proper seed setting. The pollen comes from the sweet corn, it goes and contaminates the baby corn. But before fertilization, it has to be harvested. So when you are allowing this baby corn to grow for 3 to 4 centimeter silk, there is high chance that pollen grain contamination may be possible. That's why we have to avoid specialty corn, any other type of specialty corn be cultivation, and even field corn cultivation should be avoided. For that, isolation distance should be maintained. As I mentioned that these three types of corn do maintain, they carry a specific quality traits. That's why the varieties which you bred for sweet corns are different than the baby corn, and also varieties bred for baby corn are different than the popcorn. So that's why each type of specialty corn have a separate varieties for in this category. Accordingly, we have to go for the particular choice, because you cannot take any field corn and grow it as a baby corn or the popcorn. That's why all three types of requires a different varieties. Before choosing, we have to ensure which specialty corn we have to grow and what is the variety which we are growing, and how to maintain the isolation distance before taking up this one. And the most important thing is that whenever you are cultivating the baby corn, sweet corn or popcorn, we have to ensure the market. As I mentioned in the beginning, that these three are like nutritious snacks are the vegetables. Since vegetables are highly perishable, that's why these are also very highly perishable. That's why proper post-harvest management, transportation and dispose is most important, even whether it is disposed in the open market or in the food processing, specialty corn-based processing units. We have to dispose of properly before the quality deteriorates. That's why post-harvest management is also important. And in the beginning, I mentioned that the byproduct which comes from the sweet corn and baby corn can also support the other livestock industries. Apart from these three things, we have to also take care of the some special operation. For example, in case of baby corn, we have to go for detesseling. What is detesseling? Means removal of the tassel part, that is narmanjari, that is the top portion of this one, which actually contains the anthers and the pollen grains. So if we remove, suppose in case of baby corn, there are two types of baby corn. One is male sterile, another one is male fertile. If you are going for male sterile baby corn, then there is no need of removal of the tassel part, because anyway, that is main cell, there is no pollen production. Even if there is a pollen production, the pollens are not viable. That's why the detasseling is not required. Suppose on the contrary, if you are going for the male fertile baby corn, then compulsory detasseling is important. That's why it is a special operation which is required to be undertaken compulsorily in case of specialty corn cultivation. And the second important thing is harvesting at the right stage. As I mentioned, 18 to 20 days is the right appropriate stage for the sweet corn harvesting. And also for baby corn, it has to be harvested just 3 to 4 centimeter long silk emergence. When the ear is at that stage, it has to be harvested. Maybe before fertilization or unfertilized, maybe after 1 or 2 days of silk emergence, you have to harvest the baby corn. Whereas in case of popcorn, unlike field corn, which can be harvested even at 30 to 40 centimeter percent moisture, even 25 to 30. Whereas in case of popcorn, it has to be harvested at the right moisture, because the higher moisture, if you are harvesting at the higher moisture, keeping the popcorn will lead to fungal contamination, subsequently lead to aflatoxin development. That's why it has to be harvested around 15 to 20% moisture, and also shelling should be done around 15% moisture, so that there should not be any cracks in the popcorn grains. If there are cracks, then popping will not be there. Popping volume, popping percentage drastically reduces subsequently, and also it will give way for the fungal contamination through cracks. That's why all these three things need to be developed. That's why post-harvest handling of all three specialty corns is especially requires a special attention. That's why in this aspect, these specialty corns differ. If you look into what are the most appropriate places for the specialty corn cultivation, is like a peri-urban agriculture. As I mentioned, that immediately after harvesting, it has to be disposed of to a right place in a shortest possible time. That's why when there is a large markets are available in the cities, so anywhere in and around the cities, these specialty corn cultivation can be undertaken. For example, in Delhi, in and around Delhi, maybe up to 50 to 55 kilometers around Delhi, Hyderabad, Pune, Bangalore. These are the important cities where large-scale specialty corn cultivation is being undertaken right now, presently. And because of easy market access, low transportation costs, and also quick disposable. These are the advantages which, due to peri-urban agriculture, these are the advantages through which you can actually dispose of this specialty corn. And also market availability. As I mentioned that before, specialty corn cultivation ensure the availability market, because since they are perishable, if there is no proper market, then you cannot store for long time. Ultimately, it will lead to spoilage and the losses. In order to avoid all such kind of adversities, we have to take care of in the specialty corn cultivation. What are the geographical locations where specialty corn cultivation is more appropriate? If you look into the peninsular India, you can take any time in the year, because the climatic conditions are so favorable that you can take up all three types of corns any time in the year. Because there will not be any very heavy rains, continuous rains, and also there is no very high temperature, relative humidity. These all issues are very less. That's why you can take in Peninsular India. Coming to the northern India hillside, because of during December, January, because of severe winter, temperature goes below even freezing temperature, and also sub-zero temperature, which actually not favorable for the maize cultivation. Or it's not only specialty corn, any kind of maize cultivation is not favorable during that season. That's why we have to avoid such kind of things. Generally, in case of northern India, like February to November is the most ideal condition for the taking off of the sweet corn and baby corn and also popcorn. Whereas in hillside, it is April to September, because in hillside, the temperature falls much before the northern part of India. That's why very limited window is available for the hillside. So what are the prospects of, suppose like a baby corn, sweet corn? As I mentioned, it gives an opportunity for diversification, because when we have to augment the farmer's income, diversification and growing short duration, high value crops will provide an opportunity for the crop diversification and also intensification. Cropping intensity can also be improved, and also it will provide an employment for the household, the people who are in the family members for around the year. And this employment generation, livelihood security, and quickly, because by 40 to 45, 60 days, you will start getting the money back from by baby corn and sweet corn cultivation, by baby corn cultivation. That's why it will provide an employment opportunity and round the year employment also, and it will also ensure the livelihood security, crop diversification, and for subsequently, as already mentioned, that it can also support the livestock industry. It can also promote, because if you can, since it is a very green fodder, nutritious, it's highly nutritious, and providing this byproduct to the livestock, actually it will increase the milk yield also, because the tassel is highly nutritious and lot of energy. It contains lot of energy. That's why it increases the milk yield as well. And also, there is a huge demand for both domestic as well as international. India is also exporting large quantity baby corn and sweet corn, even though in India is still importing high quality popcorn. But at least in baby corn and sweet corn, it is actually exporting to the other countries like Gulf countries and European countries. So because of the high domestic demand, there is no dearth for its disposal in the market. And since it is a short life cycle, it can promote multi-cropping and around the year cropping intensity, all those, this one. And moreover, it also gives an opportunity for value addition, because in the subsequent slide you will be informed that several products are being prepared by sweet corn and baby corn, value added products. So because of these all advantages, this baby corn, sweet corn cultivation can be promoted in all these areas. For example, integration of different sectors. For example, it is a contract farming. Contract farming is one of the important aspects where actually farmers are assured with respect to stable price, and also for industry round the year supply of the raw material. Because of this, and since several processing industries have already come in big cities in and around Bangalore, Pune, Delhi, even Hyderabad, they are actually entering into the contract farming with the farmers, so that both win-win situation. The farmers are getting the assured market availability with assured price, because it will not be affected with the volatile changes in the market price of the specialty corns. And at the same time, industry is also assured with the round the year availability, continuous supply. Through that, they can also ensure the export or domestic demand. As we in economic language, we can supply demand chain continuum can be maintained. Thailand is one of the largest growing exporting country in the baby corn, but subsequently India has also become the one of the important country for the baby corn and sweet corn. And since baby corn and sweet corn, as I mentioned, that it can be grown round the year, and several vegetables can also be grown along as an intercrop with these baby corn and sweet corn, so that it gives an additional income and also profit to the farmers which are growing for the this one. By this way, you are actually integrating the processing industry, food processing, livestock industry, and also agriculture. While selection of the cultivars, we have to ensure that we have to take the appropriate cultivars. For example, if you are interested in cultivation of baby corn, we have to go for the hybrids which are specifically bred for the baby corn. And presently, nowadays, we are actually promoting and actually advocating only for single cross hybrids because of the uniformity. As you can see in the picture, that uniform placement of the ear, and also uniform height and uniform time of at the time maturity. Every plant will get matured in the very short span of time, and so that you can rapidly go for the relay cropping or also crop rotation. These are the things which are actually we have to take into consideration of the cultivar. For example, even if your cropping system is there, you have to select a particular hybrid which is suitable for that cropping system, like duration. That also we have to be keep into consideration. And also the as I mentioned that previously, that several varieties have been bred for this different types of specialty corn. They have been bred and advocated for commercial cultivation in different geographical regions in India. India, as you know, that it is a very diverse, and there are specific cultivars have been released for different agroclimatic regions. In area where it has been cultivated, accordingly, the cultivars which are released for that agroclimatic regions should be selected for the cultivation. As it was mentioned earlier, that several products, value-added products are being prepared. For example, from baby corn, you can use it as a raw salad also, baby corn. Apart from that, you can also prepare several recipes. Like, for example, you can mix with the vegetables, other vegetables, like any other like peas, green peas and cauliflower and also full gobi, all these things. And also you can go for the raita preparation and also pakoda, similar to paneer pakoda or aloo pakoda. You can also use baby corn as a pakoda for pakoda preparation. And also Manchurian. In case of baby corn Manchurian, also you can use like similar to that of full gobi. Similarly, you can also use as a raw material. And apart from that, you can also go for the murabba preparation and even barfi, like kaju barfi. You can also go for barfi, and also halwa, baby corn halwa. Also, you can use. There are several like your own processing industry. Like you can also go for pickle preparation, kheer. And also you can go for the frozen baby corn, where you can also froze it, and whenever you suitable time comes, then you can take out and put it in a water, and automatically it will get reabsorbed, and then it will becomes fresh, and you can also use it. Baby corn pickle also you can prepare, and halwa, as mentioned earlier, for halwa, and also even canned fruit also can be used as a baby corn. What are the preferred traits for baby corn varieties? As mentioned earlier, that it has to fit in the cropping pattern. That's why you can select either medium maturity, early maturity, or long duration. Generally, it is early maturing hybrids are most preferred because you can take more number of cropping cycles in a year. Accordingly, you can go for the increase the cropping intensity. And you can accommodate a higher number of plants. That is most important. When you are actually accommodate higher number of plants, you will get more number of baby corn per plant. And when you get more number, automatically it will lead to higher yield and higher returns. That's why generally whenever the baby corn hybrid get released, minimum 3 baby corn per plant it should yield. Suppose if you harvest the first baby corn, the second should come, and when you harvest the second one, then the third should come. So at least minimum 3 to 4 baby corn per plant will give. Suppose if you are accommodating 35,000 to 36,000 baby corn per acre, then ultimately the total number of baby corn should be more than 1,10,000 in that 1 acre. So accordingly, when you increase the number of plant, for that you have to select the plant architecture. Like for example, erect leaf plant should be most preferred. And also the color of the baby corn when you harvest is also important. Like creamy yellow color is most preferred. And the length of the baby corn, as mentioned previously, that is the silk length should be 3 to 4 centimeters. If it goes more than 4 centimeters, then actually 2 to 3 centimeter baby corn grows every day 2 to 3 centimeter, 1 to 2 centimeter, and silk grows from 2 to 3 centimeters per day. Suppose even if you delay for a day, automatically that baby corn length will increases. Subsequently, the fiber content and lignin, hemicellulose, all these content increases. That will lose its quality and also taste and mouthfeel. That's why it has to be harvested this one. The ideal length should be 7 to 10 centimeter length and 1 to 1.5 centimeter diameter is the most preferred. And if you look into the ultimately yield is important. The husk to baby corn ratio should be 5 to 6 to 1. That is the most important, because whenever you harvest more than 3 or 4 baby corn, there should not be any deformity, because the baby corn which you see the first baby corn, similarly even the third baby corn should have a same length and diameter. It should not have any deformity. These are some of the things which we generally prefer while selecting the baby corn varieties. The production technology, as it has been mentioned, that because we need a very thin and 7 to 10 centimeter baby corn. Suppose if you put a spacing little wider, the plant grows very strong and baby
Chikaba sir.
Hello.
Chikaba sir, please finish in next 5 minutes. Actually, we have lined up with the one more lecture and then closing ceremony. Ladies is going to join.
Thank you. I was not knowing. I thought 1 hour.
sorry, sir, to disturb you.
No issue.
Just
So the higher plant density, that is 60 to 50 centimeter. Whenever you increase the planting density, then the plant will be thin stem, and then automatically it will give thin baby corn, and you will get more number of plants. You can accommodate more number of plants per unit area. Accordingly, it will. The seed rate, as mentioned earlier, because of high seed rate, the seed rate generally it will be 20 kg per hectare, the normal. The 5 kg will be extra because of you are reducing the plant to plant distance from 20 centimeter to 15 centimeter. The remaining things like detasseling, harvesting, unfertilized air, and all these things been explained previously. India has a huge export potential because several processing industries have come in in and around Ludhiana and even Hyderabad, Bangalore. So a lot of export potentiality is there. Coming to sweet corn, as mentioned earlier, there is not much difference between the normal cultivation practice between baby corn and sweet corn. Here, only thing we have to keep in mind that it has to be harvested 18 to 20 days when there is a sweetness is at highest. Several baby corn, the sweet corn products are also being prepared here. Like everybody knows, I think whenever you go to mall and some movie theater, you will be served with cup with sweet corn. It is either raw you can consume or even roasted, even boiled. And also it can be used as a soup preparation. And also it is used as an ingredient in mixed vegetables, pizza preparation, salad. And also several processed like peda is also being prepared from the sweet corn. Similar to baby corn, it is also used as a canned food for different purposes, even frozen. And this one, vacuum packing also is one. The preferred rate is that more than 25% TSS. TSS means total soluble solids, where actually it will be having a direct correlation with the sweetness. If the ear is long and the big grains, then it will have a good market price and also more attractiveness. And this long shelf life, the SS2 genes is one of the important genes, which actually go for impart the long shelf life for the sweet corn. So now hybrid sweet corns have come with respect to attractiveness, flavor, as well as the long shelf life, like hybrid between SC and SS2. And stay green, if the stay green traits are there, it is most preferred because generally it will be harvested at 18-20 days. If there is a green, stay green, then it will be most preferred as a fodder. The special requirements here, as I mentioned that in case of baby corn, the plant to plant distance is reduced. Whereas in case of sweet corn, the plant to plant and row distance is increased from 60 to 75 and 15 to 20 to 25 centimeters, so that you can get a big ear and bold grains. And accordingly, since the starch content is very less in the sweet corn, the seed rate also goes very drastically low. As compared to 20 kg per hectare for field corn, it is 6.5 to 7 kg per hectare for SS2 and to 10 to 11 kg per hectare for SV and SC genes. And isolation distance, as mentioned previously, it has to be important. We have to maintain that isolation distance. And the night temperature should not go below 16 degrees Celsius. That's why in the beginning it is mentioned that November end to January, February beginning, it has been discouraged because there is no pollen seed setting because of pollen sterility. Thinning and maintaining of the proper distance between is plant to plant and also row is very important for the proper development of the ear. This has already been covered. In addition to the 250 to 400 quintal of green fodder you will get, which will be used as additional support for the livestock industry. And post-harvest management, as mentioned previously, both sweet corn, popcorn, baby corn are very vegetables, and it has to be hydrocooling should be then. It has to be harvested properly. Generally, it is preferred to harvest in the late evening, so that during night hours, because the temperature is less, it can be transported in the cold storage, cold vans to the right place or processing industry. This is already covered. And post-harvest management, it has to be maintained cold storage at 0 degrees Celsius to 95%, so that you can maintain this shelf life for a longer period of time. Coming to popcorn, there is no special requirement unlike sweet corn popcorn. Popcorn you can grow in any time. It should, only thing is that it has to have a high percentage of popping, like more than 95 to 100%. And good quality. Popping value should be more than 35. That will be the most preferred 35 liters per liter of the per kg of the grain. That's all. Then the production technology similar to that of this one. Here popcorn, there is no much difference between. Only thing that we have to take care while taking of sowing. It should not be sown much deeper because the grains are very small in size. That's why it has to be, and avoid heavy and poorly drained soil. Since all specialty corns are a bit sensitive, we have to take care with respect to agronomic management. The spacing will be normal spacing as being followed in the field corn. There is no special requirement. Only thing is that the nitrogen, because since the plants are very weak, we have to go for a higher dose of nitrogen for the initial booster of the initial plant growth and vigor. Harvesting, as mentioned in the beginning, that it has to be harvested at the right temperature, right moisture, that's on 20. And it has to be spread evenly. It should not be to avoid float. As you keep heaping, moisture development will be there, fungus development will be there. The harvested crop should be trimmed on top line. So if you put in the open cement floor, then cracks, there is a possibility for cracking. This will again further damage the quality of this one. So these are the things which we have to take. There are two types like mushroom type and butterfly type. Depending upon the availability of the cultivars, we can I go for any juicer. Mostly it is gone presently in India. Contract farming is being followed, and the highest percentage of popping will be around 11.5 to 12% moisture. And so that should be maintained. So shelling should be done around 14 to 15%, and then it has to be transported. And while marketing final consumption, it has the moisture of 11 to 12% should be maintained. These are some of the popular cultivars which have been released in India in recent years. Anybody interested, they can choose any of these varieties. Both public and private sector hybrids have been released. These are the hybrids which have been mentioned only, public sector hybrids. As mentioned, India is a potential country. Government is also supporting through National Horticulture Board and our National Horticulture Mission. And in fact, sweet corn and baby corn is also being considered to include in this National Horticulture Mission and Board. Maybe in future, these are the things which will get much boost. Thank you. Sorry for delay, and if any queries are there, I'm happy.
Sir, there is no issue. We can have some quick questions. You can mention your chats. Like specialty corn, your lecture is also so much special. We have multi-purpose, triple purpose, dual purpose kind of the corn lectures here. So, friends, you may flag your questions here. 1 or 2 questions, 3 questions, or in the chat box. So we will be trying to respond it.
Sir,
On the online also, we will be giving some offline also. So next lecture is by Gourmet Popcornica on the popcorn value chain, how they were able to make the India as a self-dependent in the corn production. So I request Dr. Rao to please share your presentation.
1 minute. Sir.
Rao,
Yes,
there?
yes sir, I'm here.
Rao Saab, how are you?
Very well, sir. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Raji.
Okay, good. So yeah, actually it's okay. Rao Saab, you can make your presentation now. Floor is yours. We know many things about you, but you can just mention the to the others who doesn't know and how we came forward from zero to hero. Over to
Thank you, sir.
The ADG sir also there.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of ICAR-IMR, fellow colleagues from the maize industry. I'm representing Gourmet Popcornica. A few of my colleagues are also online. We started this business in 2014. We're a Chennai-based company. We started by importing popcorn from the US, manufacturing premix in Chennai, and supplying premix to cinema chains across the length and breadth of India. Today, we are the 5th largest grower of popcorn in the world, with a 48% market share in the Indian market. We are doing everything from importing hybrid seed to farmer partnerships, kernel processing, storage, and also manufacture of premix. 17,500 farmers with an area of over 39,800 acres. This journey started in 2014 when we went down to Nebraska and tied up with a company that was then the 3rd largest grower of popcorn in the world. They are now the 2nd largest grower of popcorn in America and therefore the world. Preferred Popcorn of Nebraska, USA. When we went and met them, we started by telling them that give us popcorn to sell in India. We imported raw popcorn kernels to manufacture premix. We requested Preferred's assistance in transfer of genetics. We requested Preferred's assistance in giving us high-quality hybrid seeds to initiate the process, and that's when we met with IIMR to start testing our seed in order to get approvals from the Indian government to import seed to India. This is the ownership structure. I'm the managing director of Gourmet Popcornica. My 2 partners are Venkateshwara Babu and Mahidhar Reddy. Vinay, who's a classmate, is our head of customer experience, and Tiago is our CFO. The reason why we call that designation customer experience is we believe that selling popcorn is an art. It's not about just transferring kernels to the buyer, it's about managing the entire chain and ensuring the buyer gets maximum assistance during the production cycle. So he knows at what moistures he has to pop, how much oil has to go in, etc. That's just to give you a snapshot of our journey. We started in FY16. Our first year, we started with SPI Cinemas in Chennai, went national with PVR in August 2015, went across South India with Inox in September 2015. We went national with Inox in April 2016. We didn't start growing popcorn or at least testing whether it would work until February 16. We planted post Lori or Pongal, depending on whether I'm addressing the North Indian or the South Indian in the audience. We planted our first crop of trial popcorn in February 2016. So the harvest happened in peak summer. So the whole game in popcorn is out of 1 kilo of corn, how many liters of popped popcorn do you get? So American popcorn goes from 40 to 50 liters, with the higher variants getting introduced every year. When we started the business, the highest popcorn expansion that America was selling was 48. Today it is 50. Whereas Argentina does 38 to 42 liters for 1 kilo of popcorn. India has grown popcorn for a very long time, perhaps more than 50 years. The traditional Indian popcorn used to be grown in the Chikbalapur, Dodabalapur regions of Karnataka. And there, the corn that came out would pop at between 22 and 25 liters for 1 kilo of corn. So the popcorn that we first trialed, even though it came out in summer, came in at 28 liters for 1 kilo of corn. Not exactly matching up to American standards, but what it taught us as beginners in the popcorn industry was that yes, you can grow American quality popcorn in India. So rather than give up on this as a failed experiment, we expanded it. Uganda, my current CEO, joined us in June 2016, and we went on to test 40 acres as a research experiment. We planted between October and November 2016. The harvest, which happened between Jan 15th and April 15th, came in at 40 liters per kilo of popcorn. So our experiment worked. Along the way, thanks to the assistance of the able scientists at IMR, all our varieties were also being tested by IMR across India. And with IMR's as a approval and approval from the Department of Seed, Ministry of Agriculture, we did our first commercial popcorn cultivation October to December 2016 when we planted 840 acres. All of this has been done in the fertile lands between the Krishna and the Godavari rivers, which happens to be our home grounds. It's the area that we all hail from. Most of my management is from that belt. That 840 acres over the next 2 years grew to 5,000 acres, which is the year that we hit 78 crores in turnover. We had 8,000 tons of popcorn come out of our fields, and COVID hit the country, hit the world, if I may say. And a bulk of our business, of that 78 crores, 55 crores was sales to the cinema business. And that just disappeared. Overnight, it became zero. So we didn't have a client left to sell to because COVID had resulted in all the cinemas being asked to shut down. Consequently, we then started tapping the wholesale popcorn markets, and we sold out by June 2020. So we decided to double our acreage. So when the world was worried about what would happen next, we at Gourmet Popcornica decided to up the acreage and went to 10,000 acres. So when the second wave of COVID hit, we had just completed a harvest of 16,000 tons. And once again, our world came to an end. And a brutal lockdown happened. We had 16,000 tons of corn, and we had to again go into the wholesale markets. This time we sold out by August. So no prizes for guessing what we did next. We doubled again. And we continued in that journey, which culminated in FY26, us hitting a 350 crore turnover, becoming the fifth largest grower, because we are now at a shade less than 40,000 acres, and grew 62,000 tons of popcorn. The Indian market, when we started this journey in 2016, the entire Indian market was only 70,000 tons. India was importing almost 50,000 tons of popcorn a year, and only 20,000 tons was grown in the Chikbalapur, Dodabalapur region. Today, of the 130,000 tons that India now consumes, about 50%, 48% comes from our fields, and other smaller growers have started to take root. Today, India's imports have dropped from 70% of the market to about 15% of the Indian market. This is just to show you the dichotomy that is Indian agriculture. Like most of us growing up saw, India never actually achieved 100% landline connectivity in telephones. But I would think in mobile instruments, it is at close to 100% today. Similarly, until last year, almost 100% of our plantation was manual, as can be seen from the first photo on the right side, where you can see women planting our popcorn. But years ago, we were amongst the first to try spraying using drones, to try using drones for digital photos to evaluate to evaluate plant count per acre. Today, a lot of our farmers across the length and breadth of India are using drones for limited sprays of micronutrients or specific fungicides and herbicides. This is just to tell you where all we plant. We started with Andhra Pradesh in 2016. We've grown that acreage to 21,000 acres in Rabi 26. We went into Chhattisgarh in 2023. And in the next year, in 24, we went into 6 more states. Today, we are producing 39,830 acres of popcorn across 8 states, with Gujarat, UP, and Karnataka still remaining in test mode, where we haven't yet begun commercial popcorn cultivation. Andhra was and is the core of our business. That's where the bulk of our corn and the best popcorn is still coming from. But we have started growing in the hinterland of India. The primary reason being our home state is in the center of the cyclone zone of India. So we don't want to have the entire risk of being in just one geography. Hence, we've spread. Also, when we started growing American quality popcorn in India, most people thought it wasn't possible to grow high quality popcorn in India. We don't want to find out, yes, it can, now that we've proven it can be worked, there's another location in India where it can grow better than Andhra. So we're testing it pan-India on a as we speak basis. Our process is very simple. When we started recruitment, we decided consciously that over 90% of the staff that work from us will be drawn from the farming community. So they are either farmers, children of farmers, or children of farm labor. The reason being, most people asked us, what did we view our core business as? Our response was, our core business is we are in farming. Popcorn is our priceless side product. We also grow popcorn. Hence, our primary focus is to ensure what we are doing works for our farmers. If it works for them, everything else falls in line. So all our farmers know what the price is at the start of the season. Every one of our farmers signs a contract, and the contract sets out what they need to do and when they will get paid. Our agreement is to procure 100% of the crop. We don't do discarding of our crop at farm field level. The primary difference between this and other specialty corn or seed buyers is the farmer takes the hit for any discard that's there at the field level. Instead, we pick up 100% of the produce, we discard at our dryer level. We also don't make payments through middlemen. 100% of our farmer payments are direct RTGSs to the farmers' bank accounts. Now, when we started, mechanization wasn't available in India in the popcorn space because popcorn itself was very sparsely grown. So we've introduced seed planters. Last Rabi, there's Rabi 26, about 15% of our total acreage was planted using a seed planter. We've started testing with corn cob harvesters. We harvest at a high moisture and dry at our end, so we can't use kernel harvesters. We've tested corn cob harvesters in 6 different states this year. We're hoping to introduce it for at least between 25 and 50% of our acreage in Rabi 27. And spraying, we encourage our farmers to start using drones. People ask us, what's the big deal? It's a commodity product. Well, everything starts by the focus of what does the client want? Having picked up 100% of the farmer's output, we then customize the recipe, whether it's corn kernels, which are customized in terms of either the size of the kernels, the popping ratios, depending on how the client will check. When we started, we realized we were going to send our corn from Guwahati in the northeast to Jammu in the north, to Anand in the west, to Nagarkoil in the south. And no two buyers of ours pop their popcorn in the same way. While the expansions that I told you are real in our fields, the reality is different clients get different expansion depending on their percentage of oil and their method of popping. So we customize our recipe, whether it's at our premix factories or at our popcorn processing units. We're also very proud of the fact that we give 100% on-ground and call support. All our clients get support, even if it's a trader and one of his buyers has found issues, we move people to address the issue at the popping end. The sad thing is, when there's a problem with the popcorn that you purchase at a theater, you seldom think it's a machine issue. Most people just blame the corn. Whereas, as all of us understand from the seed industry, from the maize industry that we're working in, actually maize is an easy crop once you understand how to grow it and how to treat it. So you won't find too much variation in the crop. The variation is in the settings, and that therefore means from just being an agronomy centered business, we also moved into maintenance of machines in order to ensure our clients could get support in fixing their issues. We also guarantee 100% replacement. We are arrogant enough to state that there isn't a single rupee of dissatisfied money in our bank accounts. Every one of our clients either gets a replacement or his funds refunded if he's unhappy with the corn that he's purchased. What this does, it's a beautiful slogan, it's a sales slogan. What it does is then ensures that everybody down to the last colleague working on the factory floors is focused on ensuring that our clients get the exact product they want. Otherwise, the truck's coming back. Sure, of the 2,500 truckloads that we'll do this year, we probably will end up replacing 5 or 10 of them, because you can't satisfy 100% of the people that you work with. But that's a really low ratio. This is just to show you what we do. So we buy the corn and it moves into, can you zoom in on the picture on the right? So the corn is packed in as cobs. It comes to our dryers. So that's our people who are sorting out the cobs. We have a 2 to 3% rejection rate for either fungus hit cobs, worm infested cobs, or just cobs that don't look good. Those get removed at the dryer. Move to the dryer photo. So the dryer is fairly simple. Just down. What you see on top are the 2 photos of our dryers. This is a double pass dryer. It's fairly low tech. So the corn is, the cobs are the orange in the bin. You send in air at 38 to 40 degrees. It enters in either at the bottom or at the top and exits at the other end. Corn gets dried over 5 days using these dryers. And then they get shelled. We introduced grain dryers for popcorn, not done before in the US. In America, our colleagues advised us multiple times that once the popcorn is out, we need to give it 30 days. But we don't believe in waiting that long, because that's a core part of our financing, is to be able to get the corn into the market quickly. Hence, we introduced grain dryers. So the corn that's dried in the dryer gets shelled and then goes through the grain dryers where the kernels drop vertically and air goes horizontally, so that all the kernels get dried to a uniform moisture. Next. What comes out of these? No, go back. What comes out of there then goes into the largest popcorn processing facility in India, actually no, in Asia. At 29 tons per hour, this is the 5th largest processing plant in the world. The top 3 are in North America, in the US, and the 4th largest is in France. The 4 separate lines. Together, we started with a 2-ton line, expanded it to 4, added 2 5 tons, and then a 15 ton per hour. These lines ensure the popcorn coming out is greater than 99% pure. And they have color sorters in them, and also X-ray machines and magnetic detectors. This is our cold storage. Most people assume that maize can sit in regular warehouses, and popcorn maize across the country does sit in ambient warehouses. We have the single largest capacity for popcorn storage in the country at 45,000 metric tons. So the corn moves into our warehouses in 2-ton totes and is then placed 6 tons to a pallet. We store the corn at both temperature and humidity controlled warehousing, because we figured that when you do that, we're holding it in a state of suspended animation. The product doesn't lose its moisture and its popping capability for up to 5 to 10 years. But it hasn't lasted with us for greater than a year, though we have small quantities that are constantly being checked. So having established that we understood how to grow popcorn, years ago we took a call. We said, listen, what we understand is farming. We understand contract farming. What are the adjacencies that we can get into? Because we figured by 2028, we'd be done with the popcorn expansion that we wanted to achieve. And therefore, we diversified to two palm oil command zones. One in Orissa, we have Kalahandi districts. We have 15 mandals. A taluk is called a mandal in Andhra. 15 mandals across East and West Godavari of Andhra Pradesh. We've got a total planted area of about 7,500, 8,000 acres now. We further expanded and have entered the seed space. We've started breeding in corn seed, mustard seed, and also in paddy seed. We're testing breeding in human consumption oats, and we're testing high oleic peanuts. Oats and peanuts are at very early stages. We believe in dent corn and in mustard. We'll be in commercial trials as early as Rabi 27. Popcorn remains our core product and the only commercial product we have today. And I'll just take you through the offerings. We have three products. One is our institutional premix, our bulk packs, which are 25 and 30 kilo bags, and popcorn seasoning for the cinema industry. In bulk corn, this year will be 58,000 tons this financial year, 48% of the market space. Our clients include ready-to-cook manufacturers, ready-to-eat manufacturers, and also traders, wholesalers across the length and breadth of the country. We wish to continue being the undisputed leader in the sale and distribution of popcorn in India. Premix packs, we have a 69% market share at 8,250 tons in supply to the cinema industry. This is cinemas that we directly supply. In addition, a lot of our distributors manufacture ready-to-eat popcorn and sell into cinemas. This unit is in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. Because we were in the cinema business, this became a natural extension. Our cinemas wanted seasoning for their popcorn. So we have a contract manufacturing unit in Gurgaon, which manufactures savory seasonings for us. We manufacture caramel glaze in Chennai and supply the seasoning to our cinema clients. You can't be the fifth largest grower in the world and not have a prototype to showcase what you can do with popcorn. We dedicated this retail store to the founder of Preferred Popcorn America, Norman Crook. His family has been growing gourmet popcorn since 1945, and hence this is a ready-to-eat kiosk where we pop fresh salted popcorn and also offer for sale sweet flavored popcorn. This is just to show you the kind of flavors we're working with. Caramel and chocolate popcorn is available across the Western world. Strawberry, ginger, coconut, cinnamon flavored popcorn are only available at Krug & Co. in India. As you can see, our most proud moments were in between August 25 and Feb 26. In August 25, we were voted the most trusted brand of the Indian cinema industry at the Indian Big Cine Awards that happened in Chennai. On 9th of Feb 2026, we received an award from ICAR-IMR on their Foundation Day for our contribution in India achieving self-sustainability in popcorn production. Last month, on the 29th of June, we were pleasantly surprised to receive a beautifully drafted letter of appreciation and recognition from His Excellency, the Vice President of India. And this was followed up by a personal meeting with His Excellency on the 7th of July, where he spent some time to understand what we are doing and gave us great encouragement in the dreams that we have for the popcorn industry. This is just the articles that came on the ICAR award. That's me in the fields looking at our popcorn hybrids. Not a very pleasant angle. So this is our tagline: everything popcorn, everything good. Because we are spread out across the entire value chain. From our early efforts in helping to import popcorn seed, we've moved on to trying to test different hybrids and launch what we hope will be the first high quality non-GMO popcorn hybrid grown in India for India. And we wish to help achieve Atmanirbharata in the popcorn ecosystem in India by serving the farming community and agriculture. As we remain, while all of us are, we are a for-profit entity, our focus remains the most ignored sector in the country, agriculture. When we started business, one of the challenges we found between my colleagues and me, I was 43, and I thought I was the oldest in my group then that was the pioneering in popcorn cultivation. What we found, our first 840 acre of commercial crop, over 2/3 of our farmers were in their late 40s and early 50s. This was the primary motivation behind trying to crack the model that we've laid out to find a way to make popcorn cultivation and agriculture in general profitable and viable for the marginal 2-acre farmer. Starting from that point, we've made that our focus system. Today, we are very proud of the fact that close to 35% of our farmers are in their 30s. We are seeing youngsters come in simply because as a corporate, we're doing what is commonsensical to us. We are de-risking cultivation for the farmer. We finance all the inputs that a farmer puts into the soil. We sell it to him on credit without interest. We then buy back 100% of the produce at the pre-agreed price. So the farmer's risk or what he brings to the table is land and labor. Only by evolving that model and finessing it can you make marginal farmers viable again. So that's our vision. Thank you very much, Jat Saab, for giving us this opportunity. Thank you all for listening patiently to us.
Thank you so much, Rao Saab, you and your team. From imported seed grain to imported seed to now you have to lead the popcorn business across the world. So we want that our country should be leading in the popcorn export. Especially we can capture the whole South Asian market and the African market in the times to come from 9 CR to 500 CR. Many big congratulations and proud of you. Any questions we have from the Rama Rao Saab, and we can have the certain more points. Sir, this video will be recorded and available on YouTube. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, please. Any questions to Rama Rao ji before we can proceed to our last ceremony, closing ceremony? Yes, Virender ji.
That's a very good evening.
Very good evening, sir.
I think I must thank Rama Rao ji for his very unique vision. This is the first time I'm seeing that this company is working for the farmers in a very responsible manner. Probably being in the industry for almost 29 years plus, I hardly see this kind of vision and intent for the farming community. That is really very rare. So this is what I wanted to communicate, and let me thank him for his vision, and that is because of the responsible business and the interest of the producer and the consumer focus. The company has grown in just 12 years to 500 crore, and that is where uh, the crux lies in. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank
Okay,
you.
sir. Thank you. So you can connect with us. Okay, Tusarji already wrote on the chat box. You people can connect with this particular organization, Government Popcornica, on their mobile number being flashed on the chat box. Okay. Any other questions, comment? Okay, if you have no more question or comment, thank you so much, Ramarao Saab.
Thank you,
And
sir.
yeah, it is always pleasant to listening you. And we wish that all the best to your future entrepreneurship. We are thankful to Dr. Chikappa Saab and Ramarao Saab both for making this day special by the specialty code. So thank you so much. Now we can proceed to our last agenda of this 21 days program. That is our closing ceremony. Let we have to see our chief guest has came or not. Just let me check, and then we'll start in 2 minutes.
Sir, in this is sir as well.
Okay. To sir, is assistant director here. Sir, Am I audible? No? Okay.
Yeah, audible, sir.
Okay. Sir, we welcome you in this 21 days training program. I request Dr. Roman Sharma to please give the welcome address on this particular occasion. Dr. Roman, please. Dr. Roman? Okay, if he's not there, so I welcome Dr. Indradev sir, Assistant Director General, Education Planning and Home Science at ICR headquarters in this particular 21 days training program. Sir, this training program we held for 21 days regarding different lectures from production to consumption. I just want to make a brief presentation on it. And after that, we will go for the hearing some remarks by the our trainees, and then we'll be very eager to listen you. So I will make just a brief presentation about the training so that you can have an overview of it. Okay. So, sir, first of all, we welcome you and thank you for accepting our request at the last moment and being agreeing. And also, after making 30 minutes postpone, also you are here. So we are grateful for you.
Thank you.
So in this particular training program, which was on the maize in Indian economy from production to consumption, we went from various trainees. Around 219 participants were there. 19 were assistant professor, SMS or KVK for 93. Student and research staff were 73. Extension personnel were 18 from Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Government of India, State Department of Agriculture, Atma and other functionaries. Industry personnel were 11 and seed sector personnel were 5. 3 were the entrepreneurs and some of the technical assistant, consultative, administrative staff and progressive farmers were also there. So the lectures were delivered by around 50 distinguished speakers across India, as well as we also held a training lecture from the Japan, one of our agribusiness incubator. So we had around 250 plus registration, but 219 only they were able to attend it regularly. Sir, this was the inauguration where the Joint Secretary for Grain Ethanol Manufacturing Association and our directors were there. So we made a very humble beginning 21 days ago, and I'm happy to say that we successfully conducted. And these are the various day-wise performance of various distinguished speakers who spoke on it. And you can see there was YouTube views because all these lectures were screen on the YouTube, so it was well appreciated by our distinguished members, attendees, and the lectures on the other days on the crop production as well as post-harvest management as well as from the industries. They are also well appreciated. You can see we are having very diverse kind of the industry portfolios as well as the researcher portfolios. They were able to produce the lectures. Likewise, we had on the mechanization, disease management, post-harvest management, and grain drying and post-harvest management where innovative solutions from the various industry as well as the academia was discussed. Weed managements, which are very important for, especially we saw the rainy seasons, and the various aspects for breeding as well as industry utilization like poultry feeds and what are the requirements for maize for the various industries that were also highlighted by Poultry Federation of India representatives. And as I told, we have the presentation from Japan, one of the organic super absorbent manufacturers, then AI in the maize value chain, then multi-feed product biorefinery. So that's how we reached to day 21. So last lecture was on the self-sufficiency of popcorn of India and 9 year journey, how they transformed from popcorn. And there was also on the specialty corn. And today's day has become more special by your presence, sir, in this particular training program. And the previous presentation were also there on the industry requirement of maize, especially for ethanol, how they requires and how the ethanol ecosystem has been developed. There was use of the various users on the vehicles and others. They were also, well discussed in this particular training program. In addition to these things, so these were the lectures. We also made the evaluations for the knowledge assessments yesterday. Most of the people have done. So we went that, yes, participants, we assess what are the performance. So uh, the people were able to give the 60% of the answers very nicely, 20% moderate accuracy, so around 80 to 100. And 20%, there were 4 questions whose answers were not able to answer similarly. So there was good learning. So you can say the 80% of the questions were be able to answer by the various participants. So we found that the best answered questions were on the mycotoxin or aflatoxin, biological control agents, and isolation distance on hybrid productions. And most challenging questions was what are the critical period of profit competitions, major diseases, and so on and so forth. So we also analyzed the customer satisfaction survey, like trainee satisfaction survey. So 86% were highly satisfied by the training conducted. 13% were moderately satisfied for our training. And you can see the length of lectures, in 98.6% cases, they told that it's satisfactory. And this is the most important part. The topics what we choose, it was the highly appreciated by our trainees. Then content of the lectures followed by 71%. Then response of organizers. So our response is, we need to improve a lot, team. I take this responsibility on my own behalf. And the lecture schedules were also like 42%. And training hours, so training hours, I don't know how we are going to get some of the insights further. So these were the feedbacks, like highly informative and well structured important program. Participant appreciated wide range of topics, excellent selection of resource person, program scientifically enhanced participant understanding on the maize value chain, and professional coordination and smooth management interactive sessions. So today I went in the ministry and there was interacting with some of the participants. They told that this helped us a lot to understand what should be the policy framework on maize ecosystem per se. So that's how we could able to get all the industry, academia, and the policymakers together in this challenge. So overall impression was an excellent learning experience. We could get it. So these are some of the 10 key suggestions we got for the future improvement. One was on the practical oriented sessions, live demonstration, and virtual field visit and case studies. This was the number 1. And lecture PPTs and training manuals and reading material and record session through an online repository of future reference. So I think we have taken care of second suggestions. First suggestion we will be incorporating in our future training program. Second suggestions where we went for all these training sections recorded and available on the YouTube. We will be providing the link in our website, and we will go for certain editing wherever required, so that by seeing the first phase only, they were able to get what is there contained in the lectures. So increase interactive session, dedicated question answer time. Team, we went for the question answer time. Only a few cases we avoided, but we are all time were asking the questions. We are taking the questions, but anyway, we take it positively. We'll give you a dedicated question answer time. Incorporate more session on the advanced mesh breeding, genomics, AI, ML, and other thing, biotechnology, statistical tool. We have not included statistical data analysis and precision agriculture. We thought that we will be having a separate session on these things so that we can improve the statistical analysis and packaging in the future research training program. So offline or hybrid component, hybrid, it's not possible. Offline, certainly we are holding the training program. You people can come and join at IMR in the various training program, because for that we need some sponsorship, then only we can do it. So already ADG Saab is there. So we are applying, whenever we are applying, we are getting the training program. I have seen at the 5 occasions, we had applied the training program. ICAR have improved the approved the training program. Then success stories, FPO model, startup experience, governance scheme, we had included some, but we'll include much more in the future. Then region-specific challenges, state-wise value chain, because it is the national training program, we couldn't able to go for that much, but we had included some of those. Then it should be regularly, annually or quarterly, this training program. I will try to hold it annually, and next year we'll be holding in the month of June or so. I will try to do it. Invite experts from international organization and global major research institutions. Yes. That we will try. That we got very good response. Based on this response, actually we were also not sure that how much response we are going to get from the various viewers. So we'll try to do it. Then session scheduling by considering participants' office timing and provide better audio video support for online learning. Yes, there were certain hiccups. I can say 2 or 3 questions. We will try to beep it up and we'll do it nicely. So these are the some of the videos made by our team. You can see, sir, for just. We acknowledge our all the valuable peoples. So thank you so much, all the participants, and thank you so much, sir. So we being a part of this learning journey and stay connected with IMR. And all of you are invited in International Maize Conference, which is going to be held in 26 to 28 October at Hyderabad. And you can visit our International Maize Conference. Thank you so much for being with us for 21 days, sparing your valuable time, because this is the, our time for our family. Okay, sir, we can have feedbacks from, 5%. We want that the feedback should be very clear and crisp. I request first from M. Parsuramaya, SGM Dhanuka. Please give your feedback. Next is Mr. S. Venkatesh, Breeder, Koteva. Yeah, Parsuramaya ji, please give your feedback. Please be in brief so that we can able to finish in 5-7 minutes all the feedbacks. Parsuramaya ji, we are unable to hear you. Next is Mr. S. Venkatesh, Breeder, Koteva. You can give your feedback, sir.
Yeah. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, you are audible, please.
So one thing is, very congratulations to IMR and the entire team, which has gone into the intricacy of organizing such a big event. It's spanning 21 days. It was also live streamed, and I think connectivity was very good. So appreciate the technical preparations what the team from IMR has done. Second thing is that there is a very
Yeah, good evening, sir. And we
coverage.
participated in this 21.
Sir, so the point
Please
is
speak
that
one by one.
7 minutes.
Yeah. So the point is that the topics were well covered, all aspects of maize cultivation, biotechnology, improvement, processing, disease, insect, weed management. I think it's a 360-degree coverage of maize. And with a professional with over 20 years of experience, I think this is one of the best programs. I made it a point to attend every day. And really, congratulations to the IMR team, and thank each one of the lecturers and also the coordinating team for getting this through. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Saab. Next, we can have Virender Chauhanji, JK Agrigenetics. Virender ji, please.
Dr. Saab, thank you very much for the opportunity. I have attended the entire 21 days program. My feedback is that most of the points which we have already covered in your just gone by the presentation. Only thing is that I just want to give feedback on that. I think we should also aid one or two presentation from the policymakers also, because maize is such an important crop, and we need to include the presentation and outlook of the government also, what they are thinking mainly on the farmer interest. Second is how ethanol is going to benefit to the farmers, and what initiative the government is going to take. So I think that is very important, and because that is going to add value to entire ecosystem, right from seed to the factory and the consumer at the end. That is the only feedback. Most of the feedback we have given on the survey itself. So I think not taking much time. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Saab. Thank you. We will be having one feedback from young researcher, Mr. Mayank Goyal from Maharana Pratap University of Technology, Udaipur. Mayank,
Thank you,
please.
sir. Thank you, sir. Good evening, sir. I sincerely thank to Director IIMR and especially thank to Dr. S.L. Jad sir and Dr. Romin Sharma sir and distinguished resource person from government and private organizations. The program comprehensively covered the entire maize production system, especially precision agriculture, conservation agriculture, crop production, and their nutrient management, water management, weed management, disease management, as well as value chain, value addition, genome editing, all the technology advancements in field of maize. The program was efficiently and well conducted by all the IIMR team. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Actually, we are looking for some feedback, suggestions, and other thing. Anyway, thank you so much, Mayank. Okay. Next is Miss Jayanna Kemparaju from Bayer Crop Science. Jayanna ji,
Yes, sir.
hello.
Is it audible, sir?
Yeah, it's audible.
Yeah. So, good evening, everyone. First of all, my sincere gratitude to ICR, IMR for organizing, 21 days training session. So, I'm carrying almost 20 years, maize experience. After attending this session, starting from fundamental concepts to, advanced technology, lot of learning from different industry sectors and also experts from the different industries. So a lot of learning, and I'm really confident that I carry a lot of learning from this particular training to train our internal team as well as farming community. So thank you so much. I gave some of the feedback, especially involving some of the policymakers and regulatory, some plant quarantine, because we also export some of the seed from India to Bangladesh or other countries. So some of the requirement also I asked. So sincere, thanks again, for entire.
Okay, thank you, Ji. This how we close these remarks. You can also drop down your suggestions in the chat box. Anything, whatever you want to give, sir. Thank you all for giving your feedbacks. Some of the good words may give the energy to our team for organizing some special events on the policy, as well as on the data analysis and certain other aspects, whatever required. So keep writing us. We got the already one group made. There you can share the some of the information later. Thank you so much. Now it's time to hear from our chief guest, Dr. Inderdev sir, who is the Assistant Director General, Education Planning and Home Science, for your remarks on this occasion, sir. Thank you so much. Please.
Thank you, Dr. Shankar. Organizers of this 21 days program, especially Dr. Shankar and other scientists from IIMR, participants. Let me tell you that I'm very happy to be part of this closing ceremony of 21 days training program on maize in Indian economy. That is from production to consumption. Very important topic that was organized by the Indian Institute of Maize Research, Ludhiana. As of now, maize as such, it is a versatile crop that has contributed significantly to food security, nutrition, livestock, poultry feed, starch, and many other products, as well as towards the improvement of the farmers' income. Over past, as Dr. Shankar has told, and all the participants, those who have given the feedback here, and during the past 3 weeks, that this has been a remarkable journey of knowledge sharing, collaboration, and innovation. As told by Dr. Shankar, that this program started with the inauguration on 24th June by Ms. Arushi Jain, who is Joint Secretary, Grain Ethanol Manufacturer Association, and Dr. Nachiket, who is the Director of IIMR, as well as CFET. They were there during the inaugural program. I'm happy to hear that there were 219 participants from different sectors, especially the industry professionals were there. From seed sector personnel were there, scientists were there, extension personnel were there, entrepreneurs were there, students were there, and beyond this, we have the farmers also during this program. As explained by Dr. Shankar, that the diverse topics were included during this 21 days program. And one of the very important part is that how we are progressing towards the Viksit Bharat, the target of achieving the goal of Viksit Bharat. In that, maize has to play an important role. And this group is already working on that aspect. And I must congratulate the whole team for this. And the feedback, it has been very positive, overwhelming. And as explained, that about 99% of the participants, they found that the duration of this program was satisfactory, and around 87% met their expectation of the participants. And very important part is here that they have given the suggestion for its improvement. That generally lacks in the training program. Everybody says that this was good, this was very good, this was excellent, but they have given the feedback. I must appreciate the efforts of participants for this. And getting the feedback, I must congratulate the organizers for this. Topics, I think most of the relevant topics have been covered. And for further improvement, participants have given the feedback. I would like to specially commend the efforts of the leadership of IIMR. That includes the present director, former director, as well as the scientific staff, technical staff, administrative staff towards the maize research and its technology for scaling up. I'm happy to hear that regarding the maize production, it has gone from 38 million ton to 55 million ton. And IIMR has played a significant role in this aspect. And congratulations to IIMR for this and its scientific staff. Now, I would like to say that today, academicians, industry, farmers, and other stakeholders, now we have the responsibility and as well as opportunity to position maize as a strategic driver of food and nutritional security, rural prosperity, and ultimately the economic growth. Now, I would urge all the participants, all the scientists, all the farmers, those who are students as well, that let us work together with the commitment to realize the vision of Viksit Bharat. And maize has to play a greater role towards this. In the end, I must congratulate all the participants for participating in 21 days program, because it is not easy to sit for 21 days in the online session, but it has been organized very well. Time was fixed very nicely, as well as the participants' engagement was excellent. And I would like to thank the commitment of all the organizers for organizing this program. In the end, I would like to thank the organizers for inviting me for this session. Thank you very much and all the best to everyone. Thank you.
So nicely summarized, sir. Thank you so much. This particular things will give energy to all our IMR team, as well as energize all the participants where they need to head off. Okay, so now we got the 200 more IMR, or you can say the ICAR IMR workers across India, who will be with in line or in tandem what is going on and what is the requirement of maize, and as you rightly said, how we can position maize as a strategic crop for future of India towards making Viksit Bharat 2047. Sir, your words of wisdom has inspired us a lot, and as we know that today only we approach you to be part of this particular function, and you rightly agreed. Thank you so much, sir, for sparing your valuable time, and also for waiting also and all other things. So everything, sir, we are very grateful. And participant, thank you all for your patience listening throughout 21 days, and whatever technical hiccups as well as some hiccups which were beyond control of us. You excuse us. We will try to improve them in our future training program, and we will be coming with the better training program module than this in the future. So keep in tune with us. We'll be listening you. We'll be very happy to hear you whenever there is requirement for any kind of maize and related things. We will be always with you. So thank you all participants. Thank you very much, sir, ADG sir, for your kind presence and providing the very insightful and thought-provoking address on today's occasion. So now that's how we are closing this ceremony. As we rightly promised, whosoever made the attendance regularly on other things, their certificates will be issued online.
Thank
okay?
you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
sir. Thank you so much. Now we are closing this session. Thank you. Namaskar. Jai Bharat.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.